Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Yeah Gaming. How y'all doing on this fine Wednesday morning or afternoon or whenever this video is going up? I'm recording this the night before it goes up because, holy shit, so much stuff happened in regards to the previous video I put up on here that it absolutely needed a follow-up video because, oh my god. So while that video was being edited, right, because as soon as Isaac's video dropped on this subject, which, by the way, we're talking about the Baki drama with the models and like the Muzi crap. Watch the previous video. It gives you a brief explanation and rundown, which is why that video was made. And now we're gonna get into this stuff. And so while that video is being worked on and edited by Alice, who uploads and edits all the videos for this channel now, so much stuff about this story came out that by the second the video was getting outdated. But it was already being edited, and I mean, it already has a good foundation for the rest of the story, so I just like, alright, we'll upload it, and I'll put a note in the comments saying, this is a developing story, we're not done yet, and now we're here. Here's the update. We have a lot of crap to go through, so let me get you a little bit caught up to speed on what specifically we're going to be talking about. So in the previous video, I mentioned that the main developer of Baki, the Mascot horror game that was taken down by Mob Games because of infringing on their copyright by using parts of the Huggy Wuggy model for their main monster model. And I was having a long discussion in that video, well, not long, but in the video, at the end of the video, I was discussing how, everyone, at that point, it was, pretty much, agreed upon that this person was plagiarizing and was stealing stuff from the models and et cetera, et cetera. And that was where the story kind of ended at that point. It seemed like Galactic Crows, the publisher of Baki, really didn't have anything to do with this drama other than, being the publisher. And it seemed pretty open and shut. That is until the developer decided to come out and respond to one of Isaac's tweets, which was them kind of defending Galactic Crows and saying they were innocent for the most part. And they decided to come out, the developer of Baki and the developer of this upcoming Muzi 18+ remake or whatever, they decided to come out and say that they didn't make the model at all, and that Galactic Crows sold it to them as a commission. Now, this changes everything, right? Like, right off the rip, this dynamic completely changes from this guy was, stealing stuff from Poppy Playtime to make these models to this guy was somehow completely blindsided and was given a model that used copyright infringing assets by their publisher, which is a crazy next level of negligence and just like not giving a shit. So we're gonna read through the tweets here and kind of break down the Discord screenshots and everything that came out from the situation. So we're gonna just start from the top at Isaac's tweet and work our way down, and I'll kind of just give my thoughts in between. So this should get everyone up to speed on this little drama or whatever, and this should make everything pretty clear as to what happened and, why everything unfolded the way it did. But, I mean, quick TLDR, the dev is pretty much innocent. They did not directly plagiarize anything. They still acted kind of out of line, trying to defend themselves, and I think they were just kind of doing a poor job defending themselves. But I mean, as soon as this news broke, it kind of changes a lot of that perspective. And absolutely, I think they are pretty much innocent for the most part. I think a lot of the blame here goes on Galactic Crows and the third party, the modeler that we'll get into later. Less Galactic Crows and more the third party, obviously, who we're not gonna be naming, or anything like that. They don't, it's just a random person, but I mean, they did mess up, obviously. But yeah, everyone in this situation is a lot more innocent than you'd think at first glance, and that everyone thought at first glance. But yeah, let's go through these Twitter screenshots, and we'll figure everything out. All right, the start of the Twitter thread here has Isaac talking about that pinned comment on their video, saying that Galactic Crows, as a publisher, was pretty much innocent in all this, and it was, all on the developer, which is obviously, like we said, is not true. We'll get into that now. The developer responded saying, referring to Galactic Crows, he's the one who gave me the model, I pay him, and he made the model. So he's just straight up saying that the person who made the model was Galactic Crows. This is also incorrect, but we'll get into that. Isaac then responded saying, are you saying on the record that Galactic Crows made the bunny model and you paid for it? And then they responded saying, here it is, I didn't know that he takes things from Huggy Wuggy. And we're given 4 different Discord screenshots. The first of these screenshots is just the model T-posing. which you can see the bow, the Huggy Wuggy bow is there, and then the mouth shape, and I'm assuming the teeth. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm pretty sure the teeth are there. And this guy in the screenshot is, I'm pretty sure, someone, or the main guy who works at Galactic Crows. And then we have the next screenshot here, which is a conversation between the dev and Galactic Crows. So Galactic Crows says, sure thing, I'll send the model ASAP. The developer says, thank you, brother Hart, we should work together in a game in the future. Galactic Crows says, if you want, you can help with my Moozy spinoff, which, I mean, that, that brings everything around. Moozy coming up here. I have in plan, like we'll make it together using Unreal Engine or I don't know, UHFPSs. I'm assuming it's some, I don't fucking know. Or you can make it, I'll provide all the models and the whole gameplay concept and everything, we'll see. Okay, I should finish Baki first and I will help you on it. Yeah, perfect. I used Emerald 3 in Baki. Nice. I don't know what that is, but that's a screenshot. So this is them talking about, future plans, and that brings up that Moozy remake that we were talking about in the previous video here. So then we have another screenshot where they're just sending them an invite to a Moozy Discord server, and then they're sending back the model for the character in Baki. And then the developer says, damn bro, you so good. And then Galactic Crow says, yeah bro, I told you to trust me, man. I can make you a Steam artwork too for like $10, a very dope one, similar to Moozy/Poppy. And then the developer says, I will pay you for it. And then the other screenshot is just the first screenshot again for some reason. But off rip, this makes Galactic Crow look pretty bad, because just looking at these screenshots with no outside knowledge, this really does look like Galactic Crows was kind of trying to, pitch themselves as the one making this model and not a third party. They even say, hey, I can make you this Steam banner for like $10, which would imply that they're the one making it. Maybe they would be the one making it, but as we'll find out in a second here, they're not the ones that made this model. So I have no idea if they were lying to them, trying to say that they did make this model, or if it was more clear. It's really not super clear from the screenshots what's going on here, and what the level of communication really was. But yeah, that's that. And then Isaac responded saying, at Galactic Crows, response from you is majorly needed, which is very true. That at this point, it's like, okay, the response is needed. The developer then responds again, one last time, saying, the 3D modeler made everything, also the bow tie and the teeth, which are the main things stolen from Poppy. I'm not a 3D modeler. So, the developer of Baki, as bad of a game as it might be, is completely innocent on the plagiarism front. Maybe it's on them for not recognizing the stolen assets, but that's also, not 100% their fault. You can, things slip by. Sometimes you don't notice. Sometimes you just assume things are inspired by other things. And in a genre as derivative as Mascot horror, it's not the weirdest thing ever to just assume, oh, this is probably, the same design aspect from Huggy Wuggy, but it's not the same model. It's not taken directly from the game, which, it was, but, it's fair to assume that. So, the developer of Baki seems pretty innocent for the most part. So, the other stuff they did, is a little more in question now that the whole time they were not plagiarizing and the entire time they were fighting the plagiarism accusations. So apologies to the dev for that, for talking about that in the previous video. But at the time, seriously, everybody thought that. So, this is the reason for the follow-up. We're going over everything else that happened. So now we're done talking about the dev of Baki, pretty much. Now we're moving on to Galactic Crow's response, because that's a whole other can of worms. So Galactic Crow's immediate response is, I did not model the Sparky model, which I'm assuming is this bunny creature in these screenshots. Which goes against these screenshots pretty hard, as far as we can tell. We only have 4. We don't have the full context of the convo, so no idea if it was made clear that they were not the one making this specific model. But the developer of Baki did reply saying, I paid you, I have all the conversations. So that's something. Galactic Crows then responded again saying, hello, yes, I'll reply. The model was made by a designer. As I told you on the private DMs, as a matter of fact, I did not know, and I repeat, I did not know it was copyrighted. I do have the proofs. You can send me a DM and I'll share everything. I sold the model to AJB, which is the developer, as I also paid for it myself. And of course, I was in need for some money, and again, I wanted to give it for his games to look better. So, now the truth comes out. Galactic Crows didn't make this fucking model. The developer of Baki didn't make this fucking model. It was a third party that Galactic Crows commissioned to make the model, which was then upcharged, I'm assuming, to the developer of Baki at a higher price. So pretty much we're going through a commission fucking human centipede here, where it's just down the pipeline of upselling this commission, which is just really funny and maybe a little scummy. But, whatever, I guess, fine. So now we know it's not Galactic Crows who made this model that used plagiarizing stolen assets. It's not the developer of Baki that made this model. It's some random fucking third guy. So we have a random fucking third guy who's part of this drama now. Now, as far as I can tell, here's where things get a little iffy because the screenshots were deleted, but I forget if it was either Galactic Crows or the developer of Baki, but somebody posted 4 different screenshots or a couple different screenshots of the conversations between Galactic Crows and this mysterious modeler who made this model. And I mean, they weren't super interesting. It was literally just them asking, hey, I need this model by this certain time, and then they were sending progress reports of the model. So it was pretty much just, hey, I didn't make this model. That's it. So now we have this third mysterious guy, which, by the way, don't send hate to anybody. I don't even know who this fucking person is. I also don't care. It doesn't matter. But I'm assuming Isaac will probably get to the bottom of this in their update video, which will be more scripted, more whatever. But for now, all we know is that there was this mysterious third guy who made this model, which then Galactic Crows commissioned and then sold back to the developer of Baki. So that's the story for now. Somewhere along the line, assets from Poppy Playtime were used in this, exchange, and yeah, that's it. So I mean, I don't really care about Baki, but I do hope that these assets are taken out. The right things are done, and this game is able to just stay up because it'd be pretty lame if this game was just taken off Steam because of something that the developer did not have any control over and did not realize. They were pretty innocent in all this, which that's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much that. This is kind of breaking news I just saw from an hour ago. Also, I should probably mention this. The Muzi Dark Toyland remake thing got canceled. So it's officially canceled. That's not happening either. So yeah, rest in peace, Muzi Dark Toyland. But we still have Muzi Chapter 2 to look forward to. So all ends well. Everything is good. So, I mean, Galactic Crows, they kind of fumbled here. I'm not gonna lie. But, I mean, as they canceled this project, that's fine. And I mean, they didn't directly plagiarize anything. They just did not know that the person making the model plagiarized anything. So fine, whatever. Galactic Crows, pretty much innocent, although I mean they're a little more responsible given that they are the one providing the model to this person. But fine, whatever. And then obviously, the dev of Baki is pretty much innocent too. I just hope they can get that game, fixed up, remove all the copyrighted stuff, and we can just move on from this. I'm pretty sure this is probably the end of this little spout here. And yeah, it was fun to talk about. So, stay tuned to whenever Isaac drops their second part, which will probably have more info than this. This is just a little follow-up on my end. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back probably tomorrow with another video. I don't know on what. We'll figure that out. And thank you all so much for watching. I've been Yeah Gaming, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.